Hi all, this is Solo bringing you another YouTube video, and today we are playing Hades 2 and with another build. So this build is really fun. I thought I'd just try it because I haven't actually used the axe a lot throughout Hades 2, and I thought I'd try the aspect of Thanos, which whenever you hit an enemy you gain 1% critical strike chance on every single hit. And it's really good if you use your charged attack and you actually spin in a circle, and every time you hit the opponent it actually spins and increases your critical strike chance. I also have death on the Arcana cards, which gives you an extra 5% increased critical strike damage, and also I have the white antler that gives you the 40% critical strike chance. So if you max that out, the 40% with the passive as well, it can give you a maximum of 56% chance if you hit them 16 times with your axe. It's actually a scythe, really, sort of more like a scythe. But anyway, so we start off strong in this game. We start off, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go straight for physical and whirlwind, because with physical whirlwind you hold the attack button down to charge it up. When you release it, it turns into an AoE circle. But with physical whirlwind, you can actually move while it's doing it. So you can actually charge up, attack, and it moves at the same time while it attacks, and you can attack on top of that attack. So you see here I'm moving, and I'm attacking at the same time, and it's twirling around me in a whirlwind style and attacking automatically. So I can actually get 2 hits off rather than 1. And you can actually clear levels really quick with this build. And it's just super fun to use, right? So I've automatically got this 40% critical strike chance. I've also got an extra 5% critical strike damage, and every time I hit them with that whirlwind I get an extra 1%, but I also get another 1% because it's hitting enemies while it's automatically going around in a whirlwind, and I'm hitting enemies as well myself at the same time. So we're actually getting 2% per second, right? If I attack at the same time that the whirlwind is activated, right? So we're going to go through this quick level, and basically we're just going to try new builds. This is a completely new build, and I was just basically doing it on the fly to see which one works and which don't work. I'm still trying to learn all the decent builds for all the decent weapons. The axe is pretty new to me in a sense because I don't really use it. So we're basically going to choose the shop here just to try and get a buff and clear one of them barrier requirements to get through. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to choose anything that can give us an advantage just to get through here earlier. So the foe's range shots are 40% slower. That's really good for us because the last boss in this build, in this area, is Eris, or the last main boss, and all she does is ranged attacks, right? So that's a really handy buff for us to take. Then we're going to go straight and probably get mana first, because our charge attacks use mana, so we need a lot of mana to keep them charge attacks up and keep that damage going. As you can see, the damage is insane in the clearing sense. So you don't even need to attack. You can actually just run forward and not attack with this build. So you charge up and run forward and everything just dies, right? It's like an AoE whirlwind and everything just dies, and you don't even need to attack. You only attack if you want to do some really quick damage. And with the antler as well, with the critical strike chance and the whirlwind, you attack so many times that basically you automatically sort of crit, right? Even though it's only a 40% chance, because you're attacking so quickly, you are automatically going to get that critical strike chance. Plus you're increasing your critical strike every single time it hits an opponent because of the aspect of Thanos, increasing that 1% chance each hit we do to the enemies. So we're going to take Apollo's blessing and we're going to do Nova strikes because we want that 50% more damage, and it also increases the area when we attack because the axe is also a swiping sort of style attack. We automatically do a big AoE swing, and it's going to increase that to make it even better and easier for us to get them hits, to get that extra critical strike combo, to do that extra damage. As you can see, we are pretty much clearing these waves super quick. There's no real issue whatsoever. See, I don't even attack now. I'm literally just going through the areas and just wiping everything out. I'm hitting 480 crit with a normal swing as well, and I've also got the massive AoE. You can see how big the AoE is now, and when I swing it's actually slightly bigger than my whirlwind AoE on top of that, which is good. That means I don't actually have to get too close to the enemy, so they can't really hit me. And then we get the Apollo blessing, and with the, the Hermes blessing, and we are going to choose dodge chance for sure, dude. Dodge chance in this game is broken. If you can get a high dodge chance, that's basically like a free invulnerability hit, because 1 in every 10 hits is going to be a dodge, right? And that can be really, really good against people like Eris, who rapidly fire her gun and shoots you like 5 to 10 times in one go. That could be a difference between living and dying, so you want to take that if you can. Right, we just go clear this area really, really quick. What we're going to do is going to run through them, do the extra attack when we go against enemies with yellow shields so we can kill them quicker. And you can see my actual movement speed is quite quick now as well, which is really, really good. I increased my movement speed in the Arcana cards at the start of the game as well. Movement speed in this game is crucial. Do not skip out on movement speed. Movement speed will basically keep you alive and keep you from actually dying from ranged attacks, because some of the enemies in this game can literally just spam ranged attacks, and it's quite annoying. So what we're going to do now is going to hit Daze. Daze has a 20% chance for the enemies to miss you when you hit them, which is really, really strong if you are using an AoE build, because you can hit everyone pretty much at the same time and get that percentage chance. Right, so we've got a lot of enemies in this area. What we're going to do is going to clear the area super, super quick. And look at that, everything's dead, dude. Everything's dead. Boom. That was a super quick area, super quick clear. This build has crazy AoE potential, and it just absolutely decimates little zombies and lighter sort of mobs, and absolutely shreds them, dude. You can get through here nice and quick. We're about 3 minutes 20, so we are a bit slow on the speedrun style of things, but we're not speedrunning. But it's still pretty quick for an axe that we don't normally use, and the build itself is making us do that speed and go that quickly. So what we're going to choose now is going to choose a Rapture Ring. When you cast, it drags them in and inflicts weak, which is a debuff on the opponent to make them take more damage. Right, let's see how good we do against the Cyclops. We can also hit the cast to inflict weak, so we can do that extra damage. And yet you can see his health is nearly halfway gone within the first 5 seconds. And because we can do that AoE attack, we can actually clear all his side mob characters that he summons instantly, and we can go straight for the Cyclops. As you can see, the side characters do not even get in our way anymore. We literally can kill them within an instant, and we can get that charge up attack to get ready to charge in again, and boom, we charge up, we go straight into the dash, we go straight into the opponent, and you can see the Cyclops' health is now literally down to about 10%, and we go and we finish them off pretty easily without much difficulty. This build is really, really good if you are a new player and you just want to try and test the waters, because it basically clears everything without much hassle, and you don't really have to use much skill. It's pretty much one attack, you hold down a button, and if you get something like Poseidon with the AoE splash damage as well, the AoE splash damage with Poseidon on top of the AoE whirlwind attack, on top of you attacking at the very same time, because you can do that now if you use that skill we got at the start of the game with the hammer, and then it just becomes a massive AoE clearing build, which is absolutely insane, right? The fact that we don't have that, we just used the extra damage plus the extra AoE with the normal swings, is still pretty good, because you can see we're pretty much shredding all the enemies without any hassle. Every single area is getting cleared instantly, and if you got really, really good at this and you got really, really good at timing when they spawn, you could probably speed run this build fairly nicely. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be able to do it. I'm on 4 minutes 30 and I am not trying to speed run this. I'm just trying to have fun and show you all that there are more weapons that you can use rather than just the staff to speed run these games. Even though the staff at the minute is by far the strongest weapon in the game and it's not even close, I am trying to find other builds that make it fun to use. You don't want to stick with just one weapon all the time because it gets boring and repetitive. And you don't want to keep playing the same runs over and over and over because you start to lose interest, right? So you want to try and freshen it up. You want to try and use different builds. You want to try and use different weapons. And you just want to try and freshen up so you can have fun every single time. Oh, looks like we got Judgment. That's quite handy. So she gives you a card at random, and it can be anything. Sometimes when you choose her, she doesn't give you this option, but sometimes she does, and you can get some really good cards from her. So we're with Hercules now, and what we're going to do with Hercules is who's going to kill the most opponents. Hercules doesn't seem to have much of a chance here because my AoE is so quick and so big. He literally doesn't even have a chance. I kill him before he can even get there. It's 0 to 22 to me so far, and if I'm lucky, I might be able to get all the enemies away from him. I've never been able to get all the enemies away from him yet, because he does literally one-shot everything. You have to kill him before he basically hits him, right? Because otherwise it's a game over. Oh no, he got one there. I don't know how he got one. He must have kill stealed off me. He likes to do that, right? He likes to wait for me to hit him first, and he'll kill steal him off me. It's kind of annoying, right? But he only got one out of that whole entire encounter, and I got 48. So it's pretty good in terms of coinage. So we take our coins and we go to our next reward. We go for Aphrodite. Aphrodite has the weak debuff stat, which is really, really good. And she also combos with Hera very well. Hera has Hitch, and basically they combo in terms of you can actually get a duo boon, which when you have Hitch already available, yes, we got it now. So Soulmate, foes with Hitch take more damage and are weak, but only 2 are affected at the same time. So foes with Hitch take more damage and are weak. So that means they take more damage when they're affected by Hitch, but they're also affected by weak. Weak increases the damage they take by 20%, as well as they take more damage from Hitch as well when they're affected by Hitch. So it's like a double whammy, right? Works really, really well with me as well, because with this build, obviously with the AoE, you are pretty much spreading that Hitch like a disease, right? Every single opponent's going to get hit by your AoE. Every single opponent's going to get hit by that Hitch. And it's going to make a really, really fun like debuff build to kill all the opponents with. Thing is, with my build at the minute, I think I have to run around them. I have to actually sprint around them to infect Hitch. Unfortunately, I didn't get the hit on contact Hitch. I actually got the sprint Hitch, which is kind of annoying. I just didn't get that boon. I wasn't lucky enough in this run to get that. But as you can see, we are literally taking less than 20 to 30 seconds per encounter, per wave of enemies, because this build is so just broken. And the aspect of Thanos with the increased critical strike chance of 16% up to 16 hits on the enemy without taking damage, plus that 40% critical strike chance you get at the very start of the game with the keepsake, with the antlers, makes that a 56% chance of critical strike when you hit them with a whirlwind, and that's per opponent, I think, per hit. So if you hit multiple enemies with your whirlwind attack, you can easily get that 16% up pretty much instantly, and that makes this build incredibly high damage, because you pretty much every 2 hits you hit him, one of them is going to be a critical hit chance. So a critical hit obviously increases your damage by 200% and makes you hit multiple times at critical strikes, so multiple double damage. So we're clearing these areas super, super quick. We're going through now. I think we're pretty much at the boss, nearly. I think there might be one other area actually before the boss. Let's get in this mystery boon. We probably won't be able to get it till we kill the main boss in this area, which is kind of stupid. Maybe we should have paid extra gold to get that. Let's go and let's super clear this area. Let's see how quickly we can clear this area. Let's just run. We don't need to attack. We just run. Boom. Everything's dead. Look at that. That was literally about 7 seconds. Not bad for one run, right? So let's try it again. Let's charge up and wait for them to spawn. This gives us time between waves to charge up our attacks, because it takes a couple of seconds for them to spawn in after each wave, and that gives you enough time to charge up your attack, which takes a couple of seconds, and then you can pretty much instantly attack them and pretty much kill them instantly. I think I mess up here. I should have done another charge attack, but I messed up and I used a normal attack and it took a bit too long. Really, it shouldn't have done that. Really, I stand in the fight to get my white antler so I can get that extra critical strike chance. Everything over 30 health, you lose that critical strike chance. You have to be 30 health or less to have that. Now we are going to fight the boss. We gotta use all our money up. We get weak effective foes take more damage. So it's 20% extra foes 20% extra damage the foes take on top of already the boons that we have for the debuffs. So if we can get hitch and weak on the opponent, they will take a massive amount of damage, and we can also hit them with our AoE attack, our whirlwind attack. Boom, we just got 1,000 damage there. That was pretty nice. And then we're going to go straight in again, and we go straight in, we charge in, we attack, we try and dodge out the way. Nice, we do dodge out the way. Now she's empowered, she's enraged, she's going to do 100% extra damage, which is kind of bad for us, right? She likes using these twirly, these AoE sort of bomb attacks, right? And you have to try and get out of the way. The thing is, with my build, I can actually charge up and I can sprint forward, and I don't even need to focus on attacking because the AoE will automatically damage her. I will get a couple of hits in when I want to, but I just need to focus on not getting hit with them AoEs and taking too much damage, right? So now we're doing sort of massive damage, 225 damage each swing, and we're not even really attacking, we're just using the AoE attack to kill here. And we're doing it again, we go straight in there, boom, boom, boom. We're trying to dodge, oh, we take too much damage there. We're trying to dodge her attacks at the same time as attacking. All we have to do really is focus on dodge, because when we have the charge attack, we can get the swings in and we don't even need to do that much. We stand in the fire there, which is bad for us. We really should have done that better. But we still have, this is our last life? No, I think we have one more life after this. So when you max out the Arcana cards, there is a Arcana card that gives you basically a revive, and you can max it out up to 3 times, I think it is, and you can survive 1 time after that. So you can max out up to a maximum of 4 times you can revive, and it's pretty handy on these sort of boss encounters because she can do crazy damage. And she pretty much teleports behind me. I don't even realize she's there. She instantly rapid fire Gatling guns me, but I managed to have 1 extra life and I managed to take her down in 9 minutes and 15 seconds. So this is the build. Obviously there are variations. If you added Poseidon's boons, then you could easily make this build a lot better in terms of splash damage and even normal damage as well. There are obviously other gods you can try as well, but basically this is like a super easy, clear build to use, and I definitely recommend it for anyone who's like a beginner and who just wants to try clearing stuff really, really quick to try and get into that speedrunning sort of aspect. Anyway, if you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Most extraordinary thing occurs, but all those in attendance made a promise not to tell a soul.
No! Return to Shadow now.